Hey everyone, Steve Salazar. It's Tuesday, Ranch Roundup time. Today's topic is deed restrictions, deed covenants, covenants, restrictive covenants. All means the same thing. Okay? When you buy a piece of property, you want to be able to do what you want on there. Okay? So when you're going to deal with your agent, you got to make sure you tell him or her, I want to be able to hunt. I want to be able to plant crops. Or I want to be able to have some goats. Whatever it is that you want to do, you got to bring it up front right from the beginning. Okay? Because some properties have deed restrictions or restricted, and some don't. They're unrestricted. Let's talk about the restricted ones first. Just like a homeowner association in the cities, sometimes we have property owner associations in the country. So it's a subdivision of ranches, whether it's 50 acres, 100 acres each, 30 acres. Sometimes there's an active property owners association. And those restrictions vary from property to property. So they have rules and regulations that when you buy, you actually agree to follow or abide by them. Those restrictions are recorded in the county, okay? So you can get sued for not following, okay? And so some of these restrictions are like what? Some say no hunting unless you have so many acres. Some say you can't drill a well this far from the property line. Some say you can't dailies for hunting. Some say you can only have so many structures on the property. Some say that you can't subdivide it into smaller pieces. And so all kinds of deed restrictions. The previous owner says, hey, you know what? This is the way I want it to look like from here on forward before I divide it up and sell it. They're recorded in the county. So when you buy, you need to agree to those, and you need to make sure that you can live with that. Okay? So all kinds of deed restrictions. Some of them say you can't have a swine farm, a hog farm next door, you know. And so you don't want your neighbors having that, and it may deter from the value, may not. Some say you can't have junk vehicles and so on. It's to protect the property values and so on. The unrestricted, you can do whatever you want within the guidelines of the law. You know, you may not be able to have a nuclear waste dump there, okay? But either way, you can hunt, you can fish if you have the ability, you can lease it out, you can not lease it out, you can subdivide, that sort of thing. It's drizzling out here. We're going to keep going. And so you need to know that your neighbor can also do whatever he wants. He may have a swine farm or a junkyard or a big garage, whatever it is. And so we need to make sure that you're comfortable with what you're buying and you're able to do what you want. And so make sure that you get with your agent, you do that due diligence, you do that research, know what's restricted or not restricted, and then you go from there. Okay? Now let's get to some properties. Hey everyone, here we go. This is the ranch property we're going to look at today. It's the BAK Ranch. I'll get out of the way here so y'all can see it. Let's talk about the BAK Ranch. This is the property we're featuring today. It's in Frio County, Texas, about an hour and 15 south of San Antonio. And it is 200 acres. Okay? Let me go through some of these pictures before I go on. Look at that. That picture right there is November of 23. These aren't 10-year-old pictures. These are 2-month-old pictures. Nice genetics. Look at that. August of 23. That one is November of 23. August of 23. That one's little. Look at that. That's a nice picture. Very nice deer. That was November of 23. Okay, let's talk about it a little bit. 200 acres, Frio County. 170 acres is high fence, and 30 acres is low fence. It has a mobile home on there. It's got blinds and feeders. It's got water well in place. It's got a deer cleaning station. Let's go on a little bit here. Let's look at some more pictures. Very nice. That'd look good on somebody's wall. Look at that. I bet they're delicious too. Axis deer. It says that there's a high axis population. They look well watered and well fed. That is November 5th of 23 right there. There's at least 3 of them right there in that picture I can see. Very nice axis buck. That's a fallow right there. I've never had fallow, but I bet it's delicious. Look at that. Very nice. Black buck. Aerial photo. There's a little home right there. And let's see here. Here's the home. Let me continue. Before I look at this picture, let me continue here. It's got great whitetail genetics that were introduced, high axis population, black buck, aoudad, fallow, quail, doves, and hogs. You can have a heck of a time there all year long. Look at that. Very nice. Simple home, but very nice home. You can see the inside pictures here in just a minute. Look at that. One thing that's always important, electricity is in place, and there's water to it. There's a well there. Look at the inside. Simple home, but it's very nice. There you go. Not a bad place to be on the weekend or all week or just to live there for that matter. You're just a little over an hour away from San Antonio. Pearsall is right nearby. Devine's not that far either. There's water troughs right there for the wildlife. Little pond. Nice protein feeder, storage. Very nice blind. Look at those views. Isn't that nice? Protein feeder, the deer cleaning area, ground blind. Very nice. Well, here you go. This is 200 acres. It's 1.5 million. The guy to contact is Andy Werner, Texas Ranch Kings, 830-465-3247. If you need to chat with him, there's his number, 830-465-3247. Tell him that you saw his property on the Ranch Roundup with Steve Salazar. And if you're going to buy another property, always use a good agent. It's important to use a good agent, okay? And that's it for today. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time at the Ranch Roundup.